Are you looking for the best camping tent 2025? In this video we will look at some of the 6 best camping tent on the market. Before we get started with our video, click in the description link to buy good quality products. At number 1. The North Face Wawona 6. The North Face Wawona 6 is our favorite option for family camping trips. The roomy interior has plenty of standing height, easily sleeps a family of 4 and 2 dogs, and has good pockets for storage and organization. The outer vestibule is huge enough to store large gear like bikes or a fishing pole and tackle box, freeing up space in the sleeping portion. This roomy outer area adds nearly 1/3 to the usable space. It is great for gear storage, but if you pack light, we enjoy it just as much for hanging out in the shade to take in the view. The sturdy build and well-vented construction keep you comfortable in most types of weather, whether hot, cold, wet, or windy. The latest update to the Wawona 6 brings a double wall design to the upper part for increased storm protection and breathability. While not the biggest beast we've had to tackle, the setup and takedown process for the Wawona 6 is more involved than we'd like. The poles fit very snug, and we found getting the last one into its proper slot challenging. The rain fly attaches via a ring and pin system that holds the fly securely but seems disproportionately challenging to operate. If ease of use is a priority, check out the Mountain Hardware Mineral King 3. Lastly, we weren't impressed with the storage bag, which has a drawstring opening that never fully closes. Although these things make setup and takedown a bit more complicated than other options, it's not enough to prevent us from loving this model. The Wawona's high-quality build-in materials make this a sturdy option that will last through years of family camp trips. Scoring just behind the Wawona is the MSR Habitude 4, which is a little more weather-resistant and easy to use but less spacious, comfortable, and family-friendly. Number 2. Nemo Aurora Highrise 6. The Nemo Aurora Highrise 6 is the complete package, with loads of space and features packed into a stylish and functional design. You can easily fit a twin and 2 singles inside. The ceiling stands 6 feet 5 inches. Your kids, and possibly you, will have room to do cartwheels in this spacious tent. The dual vestibules, super large front door, great privacy options, and fun floor design make it one of our favorites, and it's unlikely you'll come across many shelters that balance all these features better. Over the years, the Highrise has evolved to provide more headroom and use better weather-resistant materials. On the other hand, the Aurora Highrise can be a bit complicated to set up for the first time, though it does get easier once you get the hang of it. We also wish there were more pockets and better designed windows. The windows are the classic Nemo flap, which isn't very effective at keeping the wind out. We keep hoping for weathertight zippers. If you don't need a model this size, check out the MSR Habitude 4, one of our favorite 4-person options offering better weather resistance. Number 3. Big Agnes Copper Spur HVUL3. The Big Agnes Copper Spur HVUL3 ran away with top scores thanks to its comfortable, roomy layout and surprisingly low weight. The 3-person version of the Copper Spur weighs less than many 2-person tents in our lineup and on the market. Not only that, the UL3 packs down just as small as the Spur HVUL2, making it a compelling option for those who want something that can fit 2 or 3 people, or 2 people and a large dog. The vestibules are large, with many internal pockets and a huge ceiling gear hammock. Vents in the ceiling help with temperature and condensation, and external guy lines are ready to go for outings with heavy wind. You can even make the rain fly into an awning with your trekking poles. Overall, this is our favorite backpacking tent for a reason. There's not a lot we don't like about the HVUL3, but keep in mind that while it's a 3-person tent, it's tight for 3 adults. The tapered footprint makes head-to-toe sleeping awkward and limits interior space for extra gear. It also has lightweight fabric and poles, so you'll want to be mindful. The impressive weight may feel great in your backpack, but the materials aren't as robust. Using a supplemental footprint is highly recommended but will add to the total cost. But we love this tent if you want to vary the number of people or pets in your group from trip to trip. Number 4. Nemo Aurora 2. The Nemo Aurora 2 is incredibly comfortable and spacious and offers a large area you can sit up in without hitting your head. It's also a well-made tent backed by an excellent warranty, and all for a very fair price. The Aurora comes with a footprint, something many tents don't, and you can even upgrade the interior with a paw print if you want to increase both durability and coziness for your four-legged friend. Vents, pockets, and vestibules add to the livability of this well-priced shelter. The Aurora fared well in our wet weather testing, 3 days in a rainstorm, though we did experience a little water sneaking near the tent's head when we didn't fully deploy the guy lines. Once we deployed guy lines, the water stayed out. This is not a big deal, but other tents are more waterproof without requiring full guy line deployment, which takes more time and means you have to be more careful not to trip when walking around the perimeter. Part of the trade-off for such a good price point is weight. The Aurora tips the scales at 5.5 pounds, which is quite heavy for backpacking unless you're splitting the load with a buddy. But this is a great option if you aren't going out too far and want a solid base camp. If you want to spend even less, the REI Co-op Trailmade 2 gives you less headroom but plenty of floor space and is super simple. Number 5. Gazelle T4 Hub. No assembly required sums up the Gazelle T4 Hub. This tent is so easy to pop into place that the average camper could bypass reading the instructions and still have it fully operational in less than 2 minutes. The T4 Hub is our favorite instant shelter because it's stable, weatherproof, and full of conveniences. The best thing about this shelter is that it's completely self-contained so that you can say goodbye to bundles of bungee-connected aluminum poles, no more assembling, crisscrossing, bending, or clipping. Instead, to set up the T4, plop it on the ground, pull on each of the 4 sidewall handles until the wall pops into place, and then lock in the rooftop with a push. We love this tent's removable floor, 2 large doors, 8 massive windows, and 7 humongous storage pouches. The drawbacks of this type of structure are weight and size. The rapid setup and solid stability of the T4 Hub are made possible by thicker fabrics and an intricate pattern of fiberglass poles. The result is a heavier tent, 31.6 pounds, and a pack size of nearly 6 feet in length. In short, transportation and storage are not this tent's strong suits. It also lacks a vestibule feature, and it's a challenge to stuff it back into its duffel bag. However, if you love this tent's unconventional conveniences and simplicity, you won't mind its slight imperfections. Number 6. Kelty Wireless 6 Tent. The Kelty Wireless 6 is a spacious tent that is easy to pitch, and it offers solid weather protection and durability for a reasonable price. Like the Mineral King 3, it has a simple, dome-style design that maximizes livability and minimizes headaches. With 87 square feet of interior space, plus 28 square feet of vestibule space, the polyester tent fits 4 adults comfortably, or 2 adults with 2 or 3 children, with plenty of room to store gear in muddy boots. As its name indicates, it's meant to house 6 people, but we wouldn't recommend that. The Wireless 6 has 2 large doors and a full rain fly. Like most tents we saw in its price range, the Wireless 6 uses cheaper materials. Its poles, 2, plus a brow pole that supports the 2 vestibules, are fiberglass, and its stakes are too light for their size, too bent during testing. Unlike the competition, this tent is functional, durable, and a joy to inhabit in most weather conditions. We did notice that the fly took longer to dry than others we tested. Don't put it away while it's still damp, or it'll mildew. It packs into a duffel with a handy shoulder strap and weighs about 17 pounds, manageable for most people across short distances. As with most 6-person tents we've seen, this tent's footprint is sold separately.